What's going on, everybody? It's Sweaty Zeus, and this is Elden Ring, continuing our walkthrough of this amazing game from Software. And we've already been down there, so we're going to go this way. We ran and got the 3 items there. And yeah, I wouldn't recommend going that way. This guy's going to recommend we go this way, and he seems sketchy, but he's actually giving us good info. So we're going to come over here and jump up on this ledge. Just follow the path. We're about to meet some really, really annoying enemies that you're probably going to have trouble with if you're new to this series of, I probably should stop saying series. It's not a series, but the, genre, I guess, from Soft. So, these are going to be Falcons, I guess, or, probably not eagles, or look more like falcons. They've got swords attached to their legs. There's a lot of them up here, so I recommend you bring a bow. And if you have a Ash of War, I think they all have an Ash of War of something, but Mighty Shot's real good. So you can, tap L2, and then you'll go into the stance, and then pick your arrow, and we knocked him off. Also, these guys actually can't fly, and you're probably like, what are you talking about, man? I'm looking at them flying right now. Well, they can hover, but they can't fly, so he can't get you up here, even though he's going to be really kind of hard to hit. But if you're struggling with them or terrified of them, you can get up on a ledge and they're not going to get you. And they'll obviously, they'll keep dropping their feathers like the little ones we've killed. So, you can go down this way. There's a couple items, nothing, game breaking, but I'd get some kind of arrow. Bring a lot of them. Let's see, fire bone, fire arrow. We've got a lot of them. I did not mean to do that. I'm sorry. If you ended up picking this weapon like me, it's pretty good against these guys. The backflip attack, the Bloodhound finesse, it will stick, kind of has an upward motion. It does pretty good about hitting these guys and knocking them out of their flight. Again, they can't actually fly, so they'll fall off the ledge like this. They can only hover above ground. So if you're up on a ledge and accessible, they can't get to you. So just be aware of that. It'll keep you from panicking when you see them coming at you. They're pretty weak too. Once you get a hit or two, they'll fall. Wow, we got a smithing stone 3 from one. That's pretty good. I didn't even know they dropped that. Give me another grace right up here. Got enough for another level, so use it accordingly. We're just going to put about 12 in faith. Let's see. Got the seal. Which one works better? So if you see incant scaling under attack power, whichever one shows the highest number is going to be the best one for you to use, as long as there's not an X, which it probably wouldn't show the highest number if that's the case. But yeah, so the higher that's the multiplier basically for the damage or the buff that you're using with that seal for incantations, if that makes sense. So the higher the incant scaling, the better the buff. Did that put us over weight limit? Yeah, just that difference from the mask does look kind of cool. But just that what is it? 1.5 pounds put us overweight. Even if you just throw something on like this, you think as a person like that obviously isn't going to offer any protection, but it actually has a little bit of damage negation. So if you have to put something lighter on because you're overweight, and again, you don't ever want heavy rolls, it's going to make it impossible to get away from attacks if you're trying to roll out of them. So I would always at worst be in medium load. But sometimes you'll have to, if we started using the seal, so we became overweight, we had to take something off. So rather than just no helmet, we can throw this on and we're not losing quite as much. So you want to maximize the most armor you can up to that threshold. You won't see any difference in your agility until you actually go over it. So use every ounce you can, if that makes sense. Alright, so you'll see the stairs there kind of cover up the side. We're going to head that way. I just did a little loop around this area. Oh, and I'm going to go here. I'll show this. You probably figured it out by now. I may have covered it all. I can't remember. But this is Flame Cleanse Me. This is the one that clears us of either poison or rot. So we can equip that. We can equip Flame of Frenzy, which is a really, really good faith incantation that's offensive. And then we've got Poison Armament, which will coat our blade in poison. And this one is the Tail Whip we got from killing the Crucible Knight, but it's not very good. So I'm not even going to equip it, and we're nowhere near enough to use it. So if you see we switched in our left hand where we have our seal to equipping it by pushing left on the D-pad, then that's going to, you'll see the Flame Cleanse Me activate above. So then you're just going to tap L1 or R1 if you have it in that hand, but I would never recommend that because you always want your primary to be in your right hand. So then we'll tap L1 to use the incantation, and you'll see our guy will create a little flame and throw it in his chest to clean himself. And it does do a small little bit to our health, you'll see. But it'll, like I said, it'll clear poison. So same thing for this Poison Armament. If we want to use it, hit that button and he'll coat the blade. And then you can go back to two-handed if you want, or if you need to as well. But poison's not great. It's probably the weakest of all the coatings you can put on a blade, just because it doesn't really First of all, it takes several hits to proc or you know, get the status started or inflicted, I guess is the word. And even if it does, the problem is that it kind of slowly ticks down health. So these enemies, your fights with them are never going to last long enough that the proc from the poison's really going to do you any good. You know what I mean? So it's not the best. You'd be better off saving your FP. But I'm just going to use it just to kind of showcase how equipping it on a weapon happens and how it works. So at this point with +5 on this thing, we're doing so much damage that we're going to be one-shotting pretty much all the enemies in here anyways. See, this guy's like a giant, and he only took 2 shots. So here's the hook claws, really cool weapon if they interest you. Yeah, we've got the dex for it. That's what's cool about a quality build, is we can go from a giant sword to Wolverine claws, and it still works. So we equipped it in our right hand. To equip it in our left hand, we're going to hold down the interact button, which is going to change our menu over there, and then we're going to hit R1 for our right-handed armament, which makes us two-handed, and then you'll see he'll put it on both hands. So now you're basically Wolverine. You can, you know, claw guys to your heart's content. There's all kind of cool different moves and combos depending on your stance, and if you're coming out of roll or jumping, and then you can do heavy attack. That's the heavy. If you hold down, it's a really fast heavy attack too. I know it probably doesn't do a lot of stagger, but you can get it off so fast. So, and there's the combo of it if you go right into another. So that's it. That's all I wanted to show you. So we'll get rid of that because it screws our weight up. So again, all these boxes, there's usually, if you're new, you may be rolling around trying to find something. There's never anything in them. I think in all the games of FromSoft that I've played, which is like 7 of them at this point, I've seen like one time there was ever an item in a barrel. So it's not never, but you're gonna waste your time. So these barrels are explosives, and these guys are gonna throw explosives at you. So just stay moving. You can kind of bait them, like stand here, this guy's gonna throw one, and then you can roll away to explode them, or you can roll through them too. We can go out this way, grab this. We already shot that guy. There was a guy right here. And we got Trina arrows, which are sleep arrows. You can get their armor, which is pretty good. And this open here basically just gives us a cut outside through this part, and gives you access to the little item that was out there. So, you know, nothing too consequential. And we just got another headpiece, which is a headband. So it doesn't do much physical, but it does good magic, fire, lightning. I'm going to throw that on actually because we have more vulnerability to, you know, lightning and fire and all that than we do physical. So when you go in here, be ready for a fight. Like to go immediately into one. May even want to coat your blade or something. There's a Banished Knight. And they get into really long combos. So just be very aggressive. You can see with our upgraded weapon what a gigantic difference it makes. I'll just throw on our torch. You'd think this would light the room up, you know? Having your blade on fire. Come on, friend soft. There's a chest. Come over here. Curved sword talisman, which helps our guard counters. There's the rusty key you want to grab to get out of here. Go open the door. I was trying to do something in the background and it obviously failed. I was running into a wall for a second and missed a super easy jump. I want to talk about Roon Arcs real quick. I know it seems like it's out of nowhere. We've just got one, but don't use them. We're going to hold on to them, and then we're going to kind of see a benefit for them after we finish this entire area. So what they're going to do is give us a... What the hell? Why did he roll that direction? They're going to give us a status buff of some sort that lasts until we die. And if you don't have a status equipped, which is called a Great Rune, then all it's going to do is give you a very small increase in your health pool, which isn't worth it. It's better to hold on to. So, keep going this way. Grease, that's good. Yeah, guard counters are when you use your shield and hit R2 after the attack bounces off your shield. So the Cursed Sword Talisman just buffs your damage from that. There's the Brick Hammer, which is a really cool strike weapon. Alright, so we dropped... Oh yeah, the ladder takes us one level higher. We have to take it back up. Okay, we're back up top. Just gonna continue this direction. Go back outside. That's the starting area if you look. The Chapel of Anticipation, I think it was. Alright. Alright. So we're gonna go up the steps. Crouch. as we don't want to alert the Banished Knight that's up here. Can't remember if there was something back there. You can see this is why I was saying it's probably best to sneak around these guys. They do a ton of damage, and they've got... I mean, you went around a corner with that, like, come on, man. They've got insane combos. Just feels like it just keeps going and going. Alright, so you can't go down or up. The elevator's all the way at the bottom, and I'll show you how to get to that in a little bit. Go over here and grab the Grace. Give me 1 second. Alright. So make sure you've got this set the way you want. We've got a regenerating HP now, so I'm going to throw that on. Another cool one is this one significantly negates damage. It gives you one hit that's basically like a free invulnerability. So if you throw it on like a boss, and they do some big, move that's going to nuke your health pool, it gives you like a mulligan. So, and then there's the one that helps charge attacks. I really like too. I need to go grab the same incantation. Flame grant me strength. I thought I did, but I'll get it in the next episode. Excuse me, I keep pausing. I've got hiccups. Alright, so here's our old buddies. I didn't plan it this way, but thankfully we have fire arrows, and they're on barrels. So if you have fire arrows, just shoot one and watch them burn. That one's, we didn't have a way to get a drop on them, so. Man, I was wishing they'd drop their sword. Those things on their legs will drop, and they're pretty cool looking swords, really. I haven't tried them yet, but they look like they're pretty good. So, shoot these barrels over here. There's an eagle hiding around the corner. Or, there it is, Warhawks Talon. Cool. I was hoping that would happen. So, missed it. It's right here. It's like a short blade, but it's got a really quick moveset. You can dual wield them effectively, I think. And it's got the big slash for your Ash of War. So we'll take that back off. We still love our old Bloodhound thing, though. It's the granddaddy of them all. We'll go ahead and grab this way real quick. So just walk off this ledge as gingerly as you can. There you go. And just kind of barely fall off the edge. So if you go with any forward momentum, you'll slip off the this edge. So hug the wall here. I recommend instead of just walking forward, walk at an angle toward the wall. Your character won't get stuck, and it'll keep you from falling off. I don't know if you hear my dog snore right there. It was like, that's super loud. Oh man. She's old, and the older she gets, it's like she just is snoring now out of nowhere. I've never seen her do it, but now she can't sleep without doing it. Just one random day, and it's pretty obnoxious. So we can drop down off this one. When we drop down, this is going to collapse. So just be kind of ready to go. There's a see that doorway down there. Another Crucible Knight that I struggled with is going to come through down there, and there's an elevator, the one that was we couldn't use by the Grace. That's all the way down at the bottom, and we can go hop on it and ride it to the top, and then you can use the elevator to get back down here freely. There's a couple items we'll grab, so we're going to be doing a little bit of stealth. But just wanted to let you know you got to kind of get moving as soon as you fall. There's also a beetle that's got an Ash of War, so just walk off. It'll break. It definitely should kill you, but it doesn't because it's scripted. So we'll go kill this guy. Storm Assault, and then you want to click L3 to kind of crouch, and you'll see our friend over there coming through the doorway. Kind of excited. I'm going to use his, we're going to just hide in the bushes right here. Let him go by. I'm going to use his sword this playthrough, which we'll get, quite a ways away. Another probably 15 episodes before we get it, but it looks pretty cool. I just kind of messed around with it on my prior build, and I didn't have hardly any points in strength and dex. Kind of min maxed my build, which means I put just enough points for me to be able to, wield my armor and wear what I need and all that, and handled my sword. And then all the rest of my points I dumped in a stat that would, maximize the damage I did, which was faith. So here's the elevator. Just walk on it. It'll ride up. And that sword does have faith scaling, but it's secondary to the dex and strength. So if you don't have a lot in dex and strength, that sword's not going to work real well. But it does look like it'd be pretty good if you have your scaling properly set up. So there's the Grace from earlier. We're going to go this way now. This one just walk across the beam, jump, kill. Daggers. Thanks so much. You gotta like hold the jump button to get your little max jump. That will be enough. You can get their armor. I know we haven't yet, but here you may want to sneak around and backstab this guy. He's got a horn, even though you can't see it. And if he spots you, he'll blow it and wake up all his friends who are taking little nappies. Taking little nappies. I'm really tired of mushrooms having a purple item tint, which tells you it's like a really good drop, and then you get it, and it's mushrooms, which are probably the most abundant. Um, you know, most worthless crafting item. So that's not really cool. Alright, so we walk off. There's our stone sword. And then Eagle Buddy's going to be right there, so we can just walk off and do a heavy. We're going to jump over here. Jump up here. Jump up here. Here. Alright. There's a bunch of them there. Yay, more mushrooms. Climbing for a talisman. This one's one that buffs your jump attacks. If you want to use that. I was trying to jump, but I missed it, quite obviously. There's nothing up there, so don't worry about it. On the other tower. There is on this one, obviously. Alright, so we're going to go back this way. We're done up here. Alright. So, let's see. We're going to go over this way. Take a little damage dropping. Get a cool smithing stone. This goes into the kitchen area. There's a grafted scion from the beginning of the game we fought that destroyed us. So, may want to avoid him. We'll get to a spot where we can shoot a bunch of arrows and take him out that way. So we'll go down in here. Be sure to get that stupid ass prompt off the screen. I always forget we can't do anything while it's up. Iron wet blade, be sure to grab that. That's the item the stone sword key is there for. Gotta make it like a treasure room. Okay. So we're 35 minutes in. When did that happen? Wow. So there's our dude. I recommend you come into this more prepared. I just kind of strolled in here, didn't I? This guy has trouble getting around corners just because he's so bulky. So use that to your advantage, you know. There we go. Cool looking axe over here. this is where this is going to take us back up to our little save point. Alright. We had a... See, I just checked that, and we had a plastic charge that we weren't even using. So every now and then I'll just hit add a flask, and I may have one I forgot about or something. Alright. We'll go back down there and finish. There's a doggo room. So there's going to be some dogs in here eating corpses. There's a big dog. So we grab the little cloak. This will raise your vigor by 1, give you some more HP. Very light protection. Some guys over here watching the pot boil, which leads you to the question, if they continue to watch, will it boil? I don't know, you tell me in the comments. There he is. You didn't even realize I was behind you. So here's another one of our truly hated banished knights. Try to at least get a critical on him or something. Then you can go right into your Bloodhound Finesse. Don't let him get that long combo going. That'll drain your whole health bar if he connects on all of them. So that's basically a PvP item that allows you to turn into the scenery. You can turn into some item. That's the room. The big annoying guy. That's funny, this is new. I've never saw that little ladder before. Okay, so this is how you access the little walkway in the room with the dogs. Okay. Go ahead and open this. In case we die. Goes back in this room. There's gonna be a guy in here. Chest. Pickled turtleneck. Stone sword. See, like I said, you can stand up there and shoot down at that big centipede guy that comes out instead of getting down there and fighting him directly. Alright, we're just going to cut down this way. Alright. Here's our key. Or a lock for the key. And that will take us down to, drum roll please, Godskin Prayer Book. Hype. I think that one gives us Black Flame. This is visually really cool. I don't know how effective it is. It's not bad, it's just not like OP or anything. Does pretty good damage, and kind of leaves a lingering effect on enemies you hit with that continues to drain their HP for a few seconds after the hit. Let's see, getting close to the end of this one. Here's the path up. Oh, that worked out perfectly. Those guys suck though. God, I hate those dudes so much. Woo! Not mean to do that with my bow out. I know we're out. Alright, so while we get them distracted, and watch out, there's a dog here and a troll type dude that we haven't seen before, so just stay to the right, run up the stairs. Oh, run this way, and we'll grab our grace. Shit. Can't grab it while the dog... Okay, we're good. Whew. The dog, if he'd have got us, would have kept us from lighting our grace point, so there we go. Again, we're going to go to 15 on that. We're going to need to find how to open that door. It's going to lead us to a mini boss. This here will call your elevator. We're not going to take that just yet, I guess. It's an item over here. There's another one of those statues if we can get the break. So they got their glove, their gauntlet, and their headpiece. Alright, so a couple minutes left. Just like general housekeeping on this area. Sorry I keep pausing. I'm trying to make sure I've noted everything and bringing up all the importance. Grab that item. There'll be a weapon upstairs here. Or a shield, sorry. All those stupid ass mushrooms. What is the point of that? Still don't get it. Alright, so run over here. Okay. So now that we got the little painting, we can go up that way or go this way. It's going to take us to Godric, who's the boss. I'll tell you what, this is probably a good stopping point. And then in the next one, we can clear up the other pathways we hadn't taken yet. Take out the mini boss, take out the main boss. And there's an NPC we're going to interact with. So we got a lot left, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it here. And it should time out pretty good for the next one. So, without further ado, I'm going to end here. And I'll start at the next video. I'm going to go grab Flame Grant Me Strength, which is I think a 20% attack power buff for, I think it said two minutes. Didn't have any problem running in on Torn and grabbing it, and you know, if you get it, getting back should be as easy as dying. So, all right, well, I'll end there, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one here soon. Have a good one.